Hi, this is Angie from Linda's Yarn Art. I'm an administrator there. Today I'm going to show you how to weave in ends. This is how I do it. There's a couple different ways to do it. Starting with a trick my grandmother taught me. I use a needle. Some people use a hook. I'm going to show you that way in just a minute. So when you get one of these, I got mine in the craft section at AC Moore. I'm sure they're everywhere. Some of them are plastic. This one is a little aluminum one. So since this is a big eye, I take a piece of cardstock, fold it, cut me a little piece, fold it in half, and then I'll take the end of my yarn and put it in between where I folded it, and it goes right in to my needle. You can also, I wouldn't recommend it, but it is possible. If you lose yours, you can use a regular sewing needle that has a little end, but you'll need to use something smaller than cardstock because it won't fit through that. So you can just use a little piece of notebook paper and you'll still push your way through that. It is a little bit harder, but it is possible if you need to. So now that I have my yarn through my needle, I go in the back loops only. Now you want to put red with red and this color with this color, but for the video I'm going to put the red through this so that you can see what I'm doing. And going under the back loops only. You see that is back loops only. Let me show you the front side. So you can't see my needle on the front side. So you stay in the back and then you pull it through. Now you want to make sure that it is snug down here on this end, but you don't want it to be too tight, because when you start to pull it too tight, it's going to pull these stitches over that way and then you're going to have a gap on the front. So my yarn is still, both ends are still in here, so I just pull the loose one out a little bit so that I don't pull it too tight on this end. Now I want to go back, but I have to go over top of this one, the one that I ended on. I can't go back in under, or I'm just going to undo all that. So I go over top of that one, staying in the back loops only. And then pull it back through again. I like to press mine just a little bit right here so that I can finish pulling my needle on out and it don't pull the stitches too tight on this end. So I just have a little piece left. I can go ahead and cut that off. So I ended up doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8, well, yeah, right at 8 stitches one way, and then I went over and came back. So another trick, let me get this one set up. Okay, so if you have a short piece and it's just not quite long enough to be in your needle and going back through, what I do is go ahead and get my needle where I want it to be and then thread my needle. But I only have to do that if I have a short end left. And I don't pull it all the way tight. I leave a little bit of space so it'll pull on through. And then I'll just pull it on back through. And then of course I will cut that off. Now the other way, and I'm not good at this way because I don't do it often, but I'm going to try to show you anyway, is with the hook. I would recommend that you go down in hook size from what you're doing the project with, just because it'll be easier to go in and out of the stitches. So you'll still going in the back loops only of the stitches. So I'm not experienced with this way. And then you pull it on all the way through, not pulling too tight. And then you'll go back going over that first one that you went in, staying in the back loops only, going over top of that one, and then pull it back through that way as well. So whichever way you're comfortable with, and if you stay in the back loops only, then it's not going to show through onto the front side, so you still keep your clean front side.